Hey everybody, I'm Seamus.
I'm Josh.
I'm Rootsgarn.
I'm Glit.
And today we are playing Minecraft, apparently.
Yes.
What? Why did you do that, Josh?
I hit the wrong button there.
I'm here.
Hopefully you can pick it up
Accidentally
again.
engaged in domestic terrorism. No big.
Lord Malak was most displeased.
No,
I'm
Lord
sorry, I didn't
Malak
plant
is
that
most
He
displeased.
has promised a
When you
great
just
reward
to
to
escape
whoever
death alive.
destroys
He's
The
promised
same
a
message
great
they always
reward
do.
to whoever destroys you.
What can I do?
I wonder what sort of reward that.
Chips, crisps,
Okay,
Christmas
I was going to say
crackers.
cheesecake.
I'm here.
I'd go for some cheesecake.
Just trading
So,
shocks
before I
here.
They asked me what I knew about this game. I'm a little confused. Where are your four classes? Aren't the where's the Trooper and the Jedi Council are? And where are those things?
Yep, because we're playing that game, the Old Republic.
Yeah, that's the only Star Wars MMO game that exists. There are no other
Josh,
RPGs that
Did
are
you
Star
give
Wars.
guys are
Basil
like-
a red saber crystal?
I did.
We're laying on the foreshadowing a bit thick, are we?
Maybe a little bit.
I want to see the look on her face when you
That one
present
guy's
her.
fucking wrecking us with his stun move or whatever. One of those
Well, he
dark side
was.
powers that all does the same thing. Why does this
I
guy have a
love-
pistol?
I want to see the look on Basila's face when you hit. Oh yeah, here I upgraded your lightsaber, and she turns it on. And it's this bright red beam, and she just like looks down at it and looks at you like, "What are you trying to say here?"
And you're like,
Hey,
oh
here,
no, the crystal
Bastila.
thing was just an accident. It mostly
That's
upgraded
some
the
new
power
equipment for
cell.
you.
She's like, oh right. I'm like, yes, I've given it
There you
the
go.
source of the true power. It's like what? Lovely, like AAA. Enjoy.
Oops.
Mine laid and
Why
ready.
do I keep hitting 7 instead of 4? I don't know why. Oh, I can pick up that one now. I couldn't pick up the ones back on Terrace. They were too good. No. Oh.
You placed them down too.
Yeah, it's
There are a
Something
lot
seems
of
to be
current
bothering
trigger points
Karth.
here to talk to your companions.
Something seems to be bothering Karth. He can't see a damn thing, and he wants permission to take his headset
Can't say I've
off.
ever met a woman quite like you before.
You know, everybody around
we gonna-
Tatooine just like playing it off like, oh man, it's Tatooine, you know, Anchorhead. You gotta stay on your toes at all times. Anything could happen. Like they aren't impressed
I
that
won't get any rest
a
until
bunch
I
of
talk,
fucking
alright?
Sith just
You wanna
started
know
throwing the
why I
lighting
don't
everywhere, and a
trust
bunch of Jedi who beat the shit out of
5
them.
years ago, the Jedi
They're like,
had just
oh, you
finished
know,
Are we gonna,
24/7 craziness around here.
Malak. We're heroes.
We're gonna try to romance Karth and Juhani simultaneously. Like that's our
I have
plan,
no-
right?
While we were still
I have no
awake,
advice. I'm curious what happens. Like in Mass Effect, there's a moment where if you romance Liara
Doesn't
and
exist here.
Cashley,
The game
Hitting
like
just the best
doesn't
Jedi.
kind
Who
of
can you
really
trust?
want to acknowledge that Juhani's lesbian all that much, so I don't know if that will actually happen.
It can happen.
right? But how does it handle it?
It's not
If you
that,
if you do that,
That's not what
do
I
you have the
mean. They work
confrontation
with others. Go,
conversation
solid,
like you get in
trusted
Mass
men,
Effect,
join
where
them. Malak and Revan
Karth
and the Sith deserve the
will
power
walk up
they
to you and go
but the
like,
ones that
"Hey,
fled
you
the
have to choose
Republic and
between one
joined
of us.
are even
We
worse.
didn't
The
actually
dark
voice
side
act a
has nothing
three-way
to do with why
relationship
they joined the Sith.
triangle."
They deserve
Well, no, they just
Oh, man, when that
implemented
game-
the original solution they had in Mass Effect games, which is it
I
just
know,
has the
I
word
know.
"hot" flash
I
on the
should
screen over and
apologize
over
to you. I've
again.
become so accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve that. It's just, no, never mind. Let's just
I
continue.
can't believe you're
So this
having
is-
this heartfelt conversation while you're both wearing this ridiculous crap on your face. Oh, it is
It's
so
like-
comical.
In-game.
Hey, I didn't realize it was
In
the
the middle of
90s and we
also
were
the
about
wrong
to play
button.
laser
It's been a while
tag.
since I played this game. Shut up.
Okay, so I have a couple questions about Tatooine. First of all, isn't Anchorhead supposed to be like this tiny little city? Second of all, why is anyone here? Has Seamus done
Well, it's
like
like
a
4,000
4-part series
years
on where they
ago.
get their food from?
It's Star Wars. Nobody cares
One would
where
hope
food
that
comes
they
from.
like transport it in. No, they're all moisture farmers. They don't farm crops. Holy
They're
crap!
moisture farmers that
it's
goes to
it's
no-
an alien species that has a language that doesn't take like 15 million years to finish one sentence.
Oh, it's
Oh
so
my god, we
nice.
have to
I don't think
ally
you're
with
getting
you
your money's
guys.
Okay, hang on. Let me check the Java framework.
I accidentally
apparently
hit that button, I swear.
Apparently,
Is
3
he a romance
seconds of
option?
high-pitched. Apparently, 3 seconds of high-pitched squawking means, "Hello, which way is the station? Here's my bicycle. Chiku hidao hidonga. Wanna come here, chipane mulera?"
Oh my god.
Leader
We should make a mod where...
Every voice, every line of dialogue is that.
No, where your player character is voiced, but all they ever say is Chiku how didangwa.
In Rough Turn's
One
voice.
line. It's over and it's always a male Twi'lek saying it. Doesn't matter what gender you are.
Oh, I love it. He's talked so fast. I don't have to listen to Wookiee growls for like 20 minutes.
They talk. Have you noticed they talk faster than in the actual movies? Like significantly faster.
Well, the Jawa language is canonically the one that has undergone the most evolution over the thousands of years. I don't.
Where are you even going?
This game actually has a lot of stuff that ties into your Wikipedia canon shit. That we should probably do the light side on this planet for, just so we can see it, and also because I need the
have a
light side
rule.
points to put on the good
If
headset.
I need to go to Wikipedia for it, I don't
The
care.
good headset. Josh, what does the good
I need a-
headset look like?
The one that gives me +5 wisdom. It looks like really dumb headphones. Jahani has it back on the ship. I should probably have
They're
taken
not
it
the
off her face
tadpole
first.
ones, are they? The ones that look like 2 tadpoles on the side of your face?
Yes. Yes,
That's
that's the one
the
he's
one,
talking
yes.
about. That's the
Oh
good
god,
headset.
why?
Because it doesn't block your vision like every other headset, which is just like a
'Cause it has
toaster strapped
+5
to the bridge of
wisdom
your
on it.
nose.
It makes you a fucking
It's-
force
it's-
god.
You
You
only
know
have
why
that
that's an
+5
bonus-
wisdom because you can see.
Exactly.
You don't actually get any more wisdom.
Yeah, or
You just
stick
stop
points
being
out.
an idiot.
You were
In
wise
D20
enough to not put some ridiculous goggles on.
In the D20
+5
system,
wisdom.
The only effective aging is that your wisdom score and intelligence and charisma scores go up while your physical stats go down, which means that you actually get way better at seeing and hearing as you get older.
Dorian, he doesn't talk very fast though.
Are their heads rigidly in that position, or is that just like
They're
Or can-
based on a puppet from the Mos Eisley Cantina
Right,
scene,
right.
so the
He
answer
was
is
in for-
objectively yes.
2
Right,
seconds
but, like-
though.
But when they designed this life form, did they imagine that his head just can bend up and down, or is that supposed to be like rigid in that position? Does he hold his
Really
head
don't
up? Or
think they
is-
put that much thought into it.
How many
I wanna
times
know.
a day do you think like a customer comes in and says, "Can you get something from that shelf behind you?" And he turns around and he just feels like a drink being rested on his back. And he's like, "Yes, I can feel that."
We purchase it.
Well, yes, it might be a bit eccentric, but it's. I'm
Still
sorry.
the damn shirt's on.
No offense, but I don't try not to get involved in politics. Can the Sith stand outside, please? Just the red visor and the black robes and the red lightsaber. It's making too strong a statement.
So we're about to meet debatably the best character of the Knights of the Old Republic franchise.
I
actually,
I can get
like,
behind that.
it's-
I favor Jolie, but okay, HK is the is probably the more
HK-47 is such a
popular.
beloved character that they actually found a way to stuff him into Star Wars Galaxies, the MMO set a year after the Battle of Yavin, 4,000 years after this game.
That's heresy.
I don't know, he was stuck on some ship deactivated or something. Fuck, I didn't even play that expansion.
Wait, how many
Good.
years? How does it not... What is he made of?
Metal, I guess.
And all of his circuitry is just made unbreakable,
Sure,
undecayable
what
metal.
the
And
hell?
why aren't
It's
they
Star
making everything
Wars.
with that?
This is
why
the
just the
universe
one drop?
where they took Obi-Wan Kenobi's line in the New Hope as the Jedi have protected peace and order in the Republic for 1,000 generations, as actually 1,000 generations or 25,000 years, where nothing changed ever.
The only difference is that for most of that time, Jedi Knight accidentally translated to evil, despotic, hunter-gatherer tribe. This whole, like, magic peace knight thing is kind of recent.
That was the biggest misstep of the prequels, I think, was, like, the idea you get watching just the first 3 movies is that, like, the Jedi are this, like, sort of obscure ancient religion that recently went fairly recently went extinct, because there's still people around who, like, know about it, but, like, most people don't understand it. And then in the prequel trilogy, they all went like, oh, there are 10,000 Jedi, and they're like the peacekeeper dudes of the Republic, I guess.
They're like the Navy SEALs. Oh, we got problems. We got to send in the Jedi.
Yeah.
And I always imagined
Navy
it was
SEAls
like.
plus the library.
I always imagined it was more like a Shaolin temple way up in the mountains that
It
like
should've
nobody
been that.
ever goes to,
And it should have been like
everybody's vaguely
people never
aware of
really
them.
trusted them, and like sometimes they involve themselves in galactic politics, but sometimes it backfires.
And even when they get
they're, like,
involved, they try and avoid
recluses,
fights.
Dan, we
and
can't
they only
have
come out to
giant
like
Clone
stop
War,
really big threats.
big
hang on.
lightsaber
HK
battles. We wouldn't have gotten to see Yoda.
Refusal. It is not
So this is
Yoda
already
fighting
when it
was
starts getting
terrible.
interesting. The droid is asking to be purchased. That makes you sit up and go, well, this is interesting.
capable translator and cultural analyst.
And that the Ithorian you just talked to has no idea what the fuck this droid is.
Personal combat.
He wants 4,000 credits for it, though.
Explanation. It is rare for a droid to resist.
I don't know how
an
much you guys have. I haven't actually been
Doubtless the
watching the
Ithorian
last couple of
considers my
episodes, so
stubbornness and
I have no frame of reference, but I imagine that's hot.
to a seemingly mundane protocol droid.
5,000 credits? What? Yes.
4,000, 5,000 credits. I seem to remember that being the...
We have it, but we're not going to fucking pay it.
Oh, how do you get out of paying it?
I have been recently fitted with a
You can
restraining
threaten the
order.
shit out of Yukalaka, dude.
You just got done saying you were going to try and get some light side points on this.
We'll
You
make it
just got done.
somehow.
Well, that's the
Money is
whole
more
thing, is
important.
that this game is it's a horse market. You know, you lose a few here, maybe you're mean to a big worm thing, but then you go and you put some dog food in an orphan's bowl and you throw a quarter at a dog. It's okay.
It is also possible that the removal of the
If only they
book will
had
not
those
restore
karma
memory
mules
function.
outside
Now, my
Anchorhead,
memory,
and we're like,
I do not
please
know
give me a
if I know
bottle
the
of
answer.
water, oh
Do not
god.
interpret this as a reduction of my worth, however. My capability
Oh yeah, those are really a good indicator of, you know, moral choice.
Excellent writing and world building.
assurance. I am fully autonomous.
Anyway, like, HK through this whole conversation kind of comes off as like, this is probably not a good idea to purchase this droid. So of course you do it, because you're an RPG player and that's what you do.
Extrapolation. You are no farmer or diplomat.
It's a shiny red
You are
thing with
armed
snarky
and
comments.
untouchable as such.
Why wouldn't you?
I also love
Mesh well.
how he characterizes the comment he's about to make. Extrapolation, embellishment. I think that's
Yeah.
a wonderful quirk, and I wish more characters could do it. But of course, anybody that does it now is just copying HK, because it's a really funny quirk.
He is a coward and will be
Because he also
Like,
says
it-
stuff like, you know,
What the
baseless
hell
flattering.
is... My computer keeps thinking that something keeps getting unplugged. What's going on?
I wish only to be
Stop that.
and away from ill
Stop making that sound.
Poorly skilled mechanic.
I'm saying this because it's probably going to show up on the recording, and I'm not going to fucking edit it out because it's a pain in the ass.
Quite pleasant to you.
Lazy bum.
Please.
What? I'm his little brother. What do you want from me?
I think it stopped. I think I made it stop, you guys.
I have to give him a heart.
Threaten to kill him.
Doesn't the
Jeez.
Ithorian even have a windpipe?
His hands go really far down to like below his knees. That's weird.
He needs it to comb his hair.
Oh. To slick back his
You just like take a piece of fruit by the foot and you just start bending it forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards.
Josh, where's the option where you get to climb on this guy's back and ride him around the shop?
That's an archer move right there.
You like
We don't do dark side options.
you jab each index finger
Blah, blah,
forward
blah,
and
blah,
poke him
blah,
in
blah.
both of his eyes.
Where's the button?
And if the
There we go.
Force persuade?
Wow, I failed a persuade check.
That was
Oh
totally
my
uncalled
You're
God.
bad.
troubles me
Damn
to
it,
see even
Karth!
such acts can
Damn
lead
it,
to dark side.
Bastila! We need this droid. It's important. We'll explain later.
Such acts can lead to the dark side, says Bastila, red lightsaber clutched in her fist, dark robes,
You
garb.
gotta go to 2,500.
2,500 is good. We'll do that.
I gotta say, this guy, maybe we would have paid full price if your sound files weren't so long. Did you ever think of that?
I barely got any dark side points for that.
That's
I wonder if I can
good
just
point.
talk
You're
to
still a
really-
good person.
Oh no.
Is it really
Okay.
that
He won't let me
illegal to
he
threaten to
won't
kill
let me do his
somebody
shop anymore.
to take their property?
Oh wait,
I mean, that's not...
I need to
You
actually
didn't really
talk to
hurt
HK.
them.
You got
Actually
your
get-
I
fucking
bought
robot,
HK47
Josh.
and then just left. HK47
I like the
is
idea
looking
of
like,
you going around and
no.
threatening random shop owners for their
Yeah,
stuff,
and you're like, and
then
let
just
that be a
leaving it.
lesson to you, and you leave, and then you walk back in like, forgot my droid.
When you take possession of it, I might know something.
Smooth.
Shall I kill something for you?
They really need to make an Archer video game.
Answer. Indeed. I am most eager to engage in some unadulterated violence. At your command, of course.
Oh, I love his enthusiastic
Statement.
bloodlust.
I
It
will
is
enter
just
into
so
your
adorable.
service, Master. I
He
am
makes
certain
the
you will
dark
make
side
adequate use of
tolerable
my
in this
primary
game, because
functions.
the rest of the dark side is
My
like
gears are
stupid.
practically quivering.
And just
rest of
like,
the dark side
like
is
if you're gonna
be a
go
dick.
dark side, you need to be having fun. I think that would be a better way to portray
Yeah,
dark
Cars,
side
we'll
as
have you
being
later.
sort of hedonistic and not just angry all the time. Sooner or later, people will stop making you angry, and then you won't have anything to fuel your rage. But if they were more like, you know, vampires, just sort of decadent and laughing it up.
Why do you have strength stats, HK47? I never figured that out, because droids can't wield melee weapons for some reason.
That's a good question. You know, DMs, when they don't have to roll the stats for their NPCs, they often go kind of crazy and just like, oh, he should be strong. Let's give him like 15 strength. He seems pretty, like, he'd be pretty
Fighting is
agile too. Let's give him like a
good.
16 dexterity. And that happens with everyone, and if you don't watch it, you suddenly realize that all of your NPCs should have been the player characters, and you have a problem.
And then
this
somebody's
case-
character dies, and you're like, well, I'll just give you this NPC. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm going to give you this tiny god that I made.
Well, I actually did that, like, so Common, you know,
He does a
Wolfnord
blaster rifle.
was running a
focus.
7 Sea game,
We
and
shouldn't
my
have him as
character
too.
is good at
I know.
one thing, two things, that's like academic pursuits and wrestling. And I end
We
up
have
like
really good
chess box,
pistols.
like drunken chess wrestling a dude, and he wins because Common pulls stats out of his ass. So I'm like, okay, I'm recruiting him for the crew because he's better than the best wrestler in the world, apparently. So now you've got 2 world-class wrestlers. Figure that shit out, Common.
Oh, this is... Mandalorian Ripper here, interesting bit, is actually a gun. Like, it's a gun that shoots bullets, apparently. Because it has a physical damage attribute. So it's our answer to that thing we asked, like, way back in episode 3, which was like, hey, why don't people just, like, invent guns to
my
break through the
Mandalorian
shields?
Josh, that would be
Mandalorians.
way too much technological discovery
I'm here. I'm here.
for
Yes.
this game. I mean, we gotta wait another 10,000 years for them to invent gun.
Does the bowcaster have a strength requirement? Maybe that's why he has it.
Maybe... Who knows?
So is HK
Who
going to
knows?
be a part of
Mysteries
your...
like that are forever shrouded behind the veil of looking at your own damn character sheet. I wasn't actually saying that shit. Just get on with it already. It's been so long since it's been since those Siths since you stabbed somebody to death, and I'm just gonna go crazy if we don't murder somebody.
You just went back into the shop? This is so awkward.
I ran back into the shop to get the infinite buffs. Remember how this works?
He said never come back here, and then you left, and then you came back and got your droid, and then you came back, and you were like, then you cast some magic spells, and then you leave again, and then you come back in, and he's like, are you doing this on purpose?
We did it.
What are you doing?
And still no police force.
Got it.
You'd think the shop owner would be like, hey, can somebody come down here? I don't know. Surely he has some sort of protection.
Let me call the cops. It's just like a John walks in. Alright, what seems to be the problem here?
A lot faster than that.
Oh, we should do something to trigger... What the fuck?
Are you going back to the spaceport?
Where is everybody? No, I need to go get a hunting license. Remember how this planet works?
Oh shit, but BioWare threw in a hotfix after watching the last few episodes of Spoiler Warning.
Where is everybody? So I'm gonna go over here.
You must gather your party.
You need a hunting license. What?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Where the fuck are you guys? There we go.
We just established that there's no police force here who's gonna stop you. You just threatened a shop owner and nobody cared. Why don't you just go hunt things? Who's gonna stop you? This is
giant
Tatooine. It's a
Slaver
giant desert.
Corporation will be annoying.
I love the idea they realized their AI was so shitty it just can't even follow you across an open room, so they decided to make this town a maze to just completely baffle their own AI and ensure that you have to pilot each individual character across town. It's amazing.
Oh, should we do some swoop racing? That's
Oh hey, that guy just said Chiku Hadawa Donga. I didn't even realize. I forgot that like the Duros had a version of that. Also, Zerka, you can't just destroy an entire village. Dude, have you seen their stockholder video?
And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses.
It's.
I want to ask about hunting licenses.
Integrity.
This is,
honestly, wiping out large quantities of indigenous people you don't like very much.
Why would I need a license anyway?
Here at Zaraka Corporation, we think it's very important to make shitloads of money and ruin everything forever.
So this is yet another character voiced by Grey Delisle.
It's just so we can keep track of people.
Oddly, probably the closest she's gotten in this game to sounding like Azula from Avatar.
Oh, look at that facial expression. Somebody's put a lot of work. We were talking about how shitty Bethesda faces are. Look at that. Somebody made her just look with like 10 polygons for a face. They managed to make this woman look insufferably smug and arrogant. That is just such good work. She's got more facial expression than anybody in Skyrim. And she's, you know, what, a decade behind them technologically?
Besides, they're ceremonial weapons, unique to each warrior. It's just as good.
I still remember and enjoy that line. Why gaffy sticks, why not heads? I just like the single moment of like humanizing an NPC who's asking you to go bring a bunch of quest items back. Like, I don't want a bunch of heads dropped on my floor. Like, this place is shitty, but it's not quite severed heads shitty.
You might try following one of our sand crawlers.
It will be when Josh is done with it.
Wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very good.
You know, okay, I just realized something. I forgot
RPG protagonist.
Many places the Zaraka Corporation is currently ruining in this game. And
yeah,
like, I'd forgotten. The Zaraka Corporation doesn't have any sort of greater significance, does it?
No, they're just generic dicks, and I think they laid it on a little thick to where they're basically a B villain, and it's just a little too silly.
It's a big universe. Who can you count on to be in your backyard, ruining your life? Zaraka Corporation. Whether you're in the dunes of Tatooine, just cuts to Zaraka just pissing on a tribe of sand people who are running and shouting, or you're a Wookiee living in the trees, or some hippie motherfucker Just Zaraka Corporation carpet bombing the forest.
And it's made
We
even
will
worse by the
find
fact that
you.
all of the NPCs who are a part of it just go along with it. I don't know of any Zaraka Corporation people who are at all human who are like, I don't really like what my company's. I mean, that would at least add some depth.
That's true. That's really true. Yeah, there's no texture to them. They're just comically evil all the time. Maybe this is where
This guy makes
Cerberus
a
came
point that,
from.
like, they don't. The Sand people don't speak a language that anyone understands, and that any normal translator understands. It makes you wonder, like, how do people get, like, translators to learn new languages in the Star Wars galaxies anyway?
They
Like,
just drop
does
a
it-
protocol droid in there, and it just lives deep immersion with the Sand people. Spends a few semesters there and comes back and is like, okay, turns out everything they say means I'm about to start hitting this protocol droid with a stick.
I like you come back for your protocol droid, and he's like got war paint all over him, and he's like doing tribal dances, and he's wearing this loincloth. And it's like, man, I think I left him here too long.
He just starts hitting you with his stick, but not very hard because his servos aren't very strong. I actually, okay, so I played a character.
He's got a bride. They gave him a bride from among the natives.
One of my
he's on
favorite
their
Dungeons and Dragons
council.
characters. I was playtesting 5th edition, and one of their wizard-like kits was Scholar. So I decided to play a liberal arts elf mage. And the very first session... I'm just this sort of like, you know, anthropologically oriented elf with like a pair of gold spectacles. And the first session, we end up like teaming up with an orc tribe. And so for all subsequent sessions, I said that he basically like studied with that orc tribe for 4 years, 4 years in the interim, and he'd been initiated as a member. So he's just this elf walking along with like sort of half a shaved head, scarification, tattoos, and golden spectacles.
Hey,
I'm
it's
thinking-
that
That was a fun
shopkeeper
character.
again.
So it was basically that character from the Archer episode where he lived with the pirates.
Basically that, except like the whole reason he signed up with the orcs is because he decided that he really liked just shocking people to death with magic. And the orcs are like, you know what, we can respect that.